Calling on to our next speaker, Mr. Harsh Dave. Mr. Dave is a researcher and innovator, having authored 5 research papers. He is a recent AI professional, and with a strong grasp on problem solving strategies, he has consistently been part of various impactful projects and excelled in numerous competitions. He is also the founder and president of PU AI Society at Parul University. Aside from his technical background, he is a dedicated public speaker with a purpose to make AI accessible to all. Please welcome on stage Mr. Harsh Dave.
Thank you. Imagine a world where machines can see but can also understand the things happening around them. Turning your ordinary CCTV systems into a real life monitors which will monitor your day-to-day routines and can have activities which are undetected can be detected at the same time. Now let's picture an autonomous car in this world which will be navigating through roads of India and any other countries in the world with utmost precision and accuracy, squeezing from that tight spaces in between two trucks and saving millions of lives at the same time. Now, you might be thinking how this is possible and how we as individuals can talk about this. Now, let's at the same time picture doctors detecting cancers and deadly diseases way early than a human can ever do. These are something that you guys can think and take relation from, but you cannot relate with it. So we will be continuing with the example of CCTV in my further talk. Just hold with that. Perhaps you will be wondering how this transformation is going to occur, that how your ordinarily seamless designed CCTV turning into a monitor which will be giving you insights in real time, which will be no more be used as a device which will be recording the footage of happening and shown to the court as one of the proof, rather than turning the same device with just few minor details and your own hard work into a device which will not let that particular things happen ever again, and it will alert about those things in real time. Don't worry, perhaps this is the way I will be giving my speech and answering all your questions and answering your curiosity, which leads to my theme of the talk, seeming beyond computer vision as next frontier of AI. For you all, frontier means future of AI. Most of us might not be knowing what computer vision is. Most of us will be knowing what AI is with the help and with the grace of ChatGPT and LLMs. But computer vision is one of the biggest field which is going to break grounds in future and which can be impacted from each and every individual us. Let's just take example of the CCTV, right? You might be having CCTVs at your home, at your office, at your schools, or in any public spaces. We all are interconnected with this network, but how AI is going to impact us in our life to make our life more simple, more safer, and more aware for individuals to take informed decision rather than just thinking that this particular device can be recording the footages of my day-to-day life. Now, what exactly is computer vision? Let's break it into very simpler terms. I'm not a technical person which will be delivering a talk in technical way. I'm a technical person which will be delivering a talk to untechnical people so that they have the curiosity, the jignasa ignited today in their brain and hearts. Computer vision is thrown down as one of the fields of AI, or I would say sub-branches of AI, which deals with the sight. You have the brain, which is ChatGPT, the talk, which is the LLM language models, you have the response. Now, what if you want something to see and do the same thing in your absence? Well, let's take an example of a factory. I'm a factory owner and I have a supervisor, but that supervisor often find themselves the work is not worth it for their happily hours. Now I want to replace them with another individual. The individual comes again and repeat the same thing that the previous individual does. But now, what if I am no more in need of a person to supervise the same particular thing? I can automate the same particular channel with the help of AI, and it is possible with computer vision. Now, computer vision is a very big deal, right? So many of you might be thinking, this is a bigger term of AI, but how does it actually work? Everything works as us, which we work in human senses. We all work from our past experience. We had learnings from our life experiences. We had learnings from our success. We had learnings from our failures. Same way AI learns. And we have massive amount of data which is out there in this world where AI models can be trained upon. Oh, model. You might not be knowing this word. This is very fancy. Let's break it down into simpler terms. Few lines of code prepared in a way that it will repeat a particular task until and unless the computer will understand what is the underlying pattern from the data. And that underlying pattern from the data will be extracted by a computer. And that computer will be ordinary same. You don't need a high-end computer from a space agency. It can be used by your laptops, your business laptops, which you are using, or you can use the cloud computers. And this all will relate to a bigger term where this all actually started and many of us know about, that is machine learning. Most of the things which we termed as AI, it is not actually AI, it is the upper layer of that particular system. The thing which is working behind that in real terms is machine learning. Yes, as the name suggests and as I mentioned, it learns from the past data. So machine learning is basically giving machines the ability to learn from the past data. Vision is real future. Now, this talk is not about convincing or telling something. It is about conveying a vision which is really in existence but is limited to people because of its information availability. Now, in India, information availability or anywhere in this world is one of the lacking points that us need to overcome. Because every time something happens, it is late to be known to us. Would you like a news which is 25 to 45 hours late? You will not, right? Then why you will like a real-time happening of technology and which is going to impact your life, the way you are going to live in late terms? Now, these are three main points of why computer vision is future. As I mentioned about the production lineup, I don't need a human, but I can use that same human for a betterment of forces. So AI can take over this particular field, or we can concise this down to computer vision can take over this monitoring. React faster. As I said, if there was something which is there to stop everything happening in real time, then this is one of the biggest factor which we will have or any individual will have. Informed decision. As I mentioned, if there is something, a buddy with me. Now let's take a common example which we use in our day-to-day life, ChatGPT. Many of us might be knowing ChatGPT as one of our assistants to help us with email replies, to help us understand few complex blogs which was not supposed to be encountered by us, or to find a pattern in a business data where they can relate to us and give a concise information. Now you are using this particular AI to have informed decisions as your one of the assistants. So if I want to say that if I want to explain AI to a non-technical person, what I would say is you are going to have assistant for your individual day-to-day task in millions of numbers. Now, as I mentioned about doctors, there is Watson AI by IBM, which has already been used from half a decade in real-term clinical practices. Now, just imagine you have an hospital, you are a doctor. You have limited staff of 3 other doctors with you. You have patient of more than 150 every day. Now, 3 or 4 doctors are not enough. What if you had one doctor for every patient that you have, and he or she, that particular doctor, is tailored for the case that the person is having? If a person is having a cancer of stage 4 of lungs, that will be different. A person who is having a mouth cancer, that will be different. A person who is having simple cold and cough, it's different. This can be achieved with less of a cost, no of a cost in real terms with AI. Now, the topic or the theme of this TEDx, Jigyasa. You might be thinking, I have not used that much and I have not related AI in real terms with Jigyasa yet, right? But you might have seen a pattern that I had few questions, I had few things hanging off on you to think of for a bit and then hearing answers from my end for insight. And that is true Jignasa in real terms. And AI works on the same thing. If I want to work from AI, I will be having Jignasa to have to better accuracy of it. Now, at the same time, AI will be having more Jignasa to help me better terms to get more data from me. So it is a whole and whole enclosure of Jignasa from one individual entity, which is from existence of millions of years, and to an individual entity which is virtual and which is 2 or 3 decades old. So Jignasa is the common point which is going to be there for eternity, whether AI coming and going, whether human species evolving into superhumans or not, whether alien coming onto Earth or not. Jignasa is going to be the underline of evolution, underline of development, and it is supporting the underline of AI itself. Now, call of action. I had said something, I had introduced this Jignasa term of computer vision, and there is a seed of Jignasa in you. But Jignasa or a seed of a plant is not enough. To make it a plant, you need a soil, you need water, and you need a little bit of sunlight to make that seed grow into a plant and have fruits out of it. So for the same thing, this is a call of action for the students. You got introduction to AI or computer vision. Now you need to have the soil with you, which is some problem statements to think upon. The water with you to do a little bit research and work upon at your own pace. And the sunlight by implementing or showcasing it to the real world and giving impactful projects out of it. So one of the problem statement which I am proposing to students or any individual is, let's make a normal, very easy detection system which will be of litter detection. Littering is one of the biggest problems in India. We have a big budgeted whole full-fledged mission, Swachh Bharat mission, which is now a successful mission running from half to a decade from last so many years. So why not create an AI system which will not let this particular Swachh Bharat Abhiyan repeat itself after 200 or 300 years? And why not make a system which will stop happening it? Thank you, that's all.
Mr. Dave's futuristic lens was truly enriching and remarkable. I would now like to call the sponsorship head Balamitran Satish Kumaran and co-head Asta Naidu to felicitate Mr. Dave.
Yep. Yeah, thank you. Yep. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, sponsorship heads. Prior to proceeding with our next speaker, we would like to announce a gentle reminder for all listeners to kindly turn off your mobile devices or other devices and place them on silent mode. We